Let's take a look now at a couple of WordPress actions in action in the real world as we'd use them. These few examples were actually taken from previous Treehouse courses, and they represent code that are used often again and again in different sites. We could see that the action we're working with again is WP and Q scripts. However, in this case, we're applying two different functions to the same action. We could tell then that it's probably okay that we took these two and combined them into one, since ultimately they're both being applied to the same hook. However, for the sake of our code, it's a little bit nicer to keep our JS in one place and our CSS in another. Another action that we commonly work with is widgets init. This runs when widgets are beginning to be set up in WordPress. And in this case, we're calling a function createMyWidget, which is going to in turn run register sidebar with the following information, and then we should see our widget show up. If we tried to attach this to something else at the wrong time, then those widgets would not be created. This represents something important in WordPress actions, in that if we want our code to execute at the right time, it's important that we find the right action to connect to. For example, whereas widgets have their own initialization function, for registering menus, we have to tie into the main init function for all of WordPress. And we could do this by saying, when WordPress is initializing, go ahead and register my menus using the register nav menus function. We'll look at one more final one here, which is a little bit different. In this case, we're tying into the action admin menu. So this is going to be called when the admin menu is being built out. And what we want to do is remove certain menus in this case. So we're using the function remove menu page. I've written out something here that came from our Customizing the WordPress Admin Area course that shows you how, by uncommenting one of these, you can remove that link from appearing in the admin menu. For example, if we open up functions and say remove menus, and let's do the dashboard, for example, media, and comments. So if we come into our dashboard now, we could see that we don't see the top part and we just see posts and pages. This could be really helpful if you want to do some hardcore customizing controlling of what the admin area looks like for different levels of users. All in all, these few examples should help you better understand how actions work in WordPress. Notice that in each one we have to find the right place where our code should fire off, and then simply execute the code that we want. Find where it is we want to tap in, tell it what function to use, and then execute our code. Again, if we tie something in at the wrong place though, our code may not come in the proper order, and it may not execute as we expect it to. I'll close with the reminder that sometimes it's tricky to figure out exactly what action to tie into. However, starting up a Google search and trying to figure out different ways of asking how to do what it is you want to do, along with using the keyword of hook, action, or filter, should be able to help you find out what specific action you want. And you may even get the whole function and code snippet along with it as well.